Hello, everyone. My name is Tarria, and we're back again reading out of the book of Expert Secrets. And we're going to begin reading out of Secret Pound number 13. Remember, we was talking about the one thing. The one thing is curiosity, um, identifying the big domino, and first attempt to knock it down. And that's what we want to be able to do. Identify the big domino, and the first attempt is to knock it down. But first, we got to have curiosity and beginning a presentation, which is a webinar. So we're going to begin to read containing a presentation and a webinar in building your business online and a sales funnel as well. It's time. Are you ready to put your perfect webinar presentation script together? You have all the foundation pieces you need at this point. So we're just going to go right through the script writing process from start to finish. You're going to write a whole presentation right now. And that's what you want to be able to do, to write a whole presentation. And that's what we all going to have to do. Typically, I create the either in PowerPoint or Keynote. So I'm going to teach the next few sessions slide by slide with an image to show you the concept behind each one. If you're doing a webinar, this graphic shows what you put on the slides. If you're using the script as an email sequence or sometime other selling system, use the slides as a reminder of what you need to cover at each phase. Let's talk about scripts for a minute. And we're going to all need scripts in our business. When it comes to presenting webinars, there are two kinds of people. Some like to just look at bullet points on the slide improvement, and others like to have an entire script written out that they can just read word for word. Personality, I am in the first group. However, the reason we call this the perfect webinar is because we're tightly engaged to deliver the next most conversation. I believe it's a perfect as you I believe it is perfect as it can get. So for right now, I strongly recommend that you script out everything you're getting to say word for word. That way you know you won't forget anything. Once you've delivered the webinar live few dozen times, it will become second nature and you have improvement all you want. That's what you want to be able to do. Continue the webinars one after another. And even if you say, no way, I don't want to read a script, at least go through the process of writing it down as you go through this session. I really want you to be successful right out of the gate. Let's go. The introduction and the one thing. And this is what we begin to talk about, the introduction and the one thing, how you're going to present your webinar to your customers. In traditional webinar, the first part of the presentation should take 5 to 10 minutes. If you are using this in other selling environments, you can do this part in a much shorter window. Its job is to build rapport and get people excited about what they are going to learn. Title, slide 1, how to and without. And here's a picture of how to create a 7-figure funnel in less than 30 minutes without having to hire or be held hostage by a tech guy. And here's a picture of it. You can see it. This slide is the first thing we'll see when they log onto the webinar or watch the replay. It's got the webinar headline you write earlier, how to without. The goal here is to encourage curiosity and get people to stick around. And that's what you want to be able to do. You want to have a webinar that's going to cause people to stick around and to buy your offer and to hear what you have to tell them about your content and your offer. Hey everybody, welcome to the webinar. This is You Say Your Name, like my name is Tarria, and today I am going to show you how to blank without blank. In other words, you would fill in the blank. I am going to show you how to sell without risk. That's what you would put in the blanks. This is an example of the title slide, which I already showed you, how Russell created a 7-figure funnel in less than 30 minutes without having to hire or be held hostage by a tech guy. And that's what we want to be able to do. Number 2, intro rapid. Identify, encouragement, confirm, throw, and ally. And here's a picture of it, as you can see. And I'm going to continue to read, and I hope y'all are getting some value and content out of today's lesson. Earlier you learned about how sentence presentation by Blair Warner. Remember he said, people will do anything for those who encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their subconscious, and help them throw rocks at their enemies. I like to cover this at the very beginning of my presentation as a way to build instant rapport with my audience. Here's how we do it. And you can write these down if you like. How to build rapid audience. Justify their failures. Now, I am guessing for a lot of you, this is probably not your first webinar. The first thing I want to mention is that if you failed at webinars in the past, it's not your fault. And I haven't done a webinar yet, but I'm going to have to do it later on in the future. There's a lot of information out there, and it can be confusing many times. That information overload keeps you from success. It's okay. In other words, you're learning and you're in the learning curve process, and you might get overwhelmed off the information that you're learning, which I've got overwhelmed off the information I've learned in the past. Ally, their fears. If you've been concerned in the past that you just can't succeed with, I want to put those fears to rest. You can do this. You just need the right person to explain it to you. Which you need a mentor in building your online business. Throw rocks at their enemies. The big correspondent wants you to think you need a lot of venture capital or some fancy college degree to be successful. I am here to tell you they're wrong. They have their own reasons for wanting to think that way, but it's not true. Confirm conceptions. If you're ever thought that the government and the bank actually want you to fail, you're probably right. They don't benefit from your succeeding. They want to keep you in debt, in need. And that is so very true. The difference with us is that we actually care about your success and truly want to see you living the life of your dreams. And that is so very true. They are concerned about your success. Misha Wilson, my mentor in Super Affiliate Network, he's concerned about your success. Russell Bronson in ClickFunnels, he's concerned about your success. I might sound a little funny on tonight reading because my tooth over here is trying to hurt me, but I am going to read anyway. We're going to grow online together and we're going to get some content and education out of this process, out of the Book of Expert Secrets. Encourage their dreams so that what we're here for, I know you have a dream to encourage the world and make an impact. And I want to show you how to make that happen during the webinars. And that's what we want to be able to do. We want to be able to make an impact on our customers with our webinars. The ruler, gold pound number 1, the new opportunity. Make it inclusive. Go inclusive. The next slide is what I call the ruler. It's the measuring stick people will use to judge their webinar. If you don't sell them what your goals are, even if you do everything perfectly, they may be upset because their goal was different than yours. And everybody's goals are going to be different. So I like to tell people right away what my goals are, what I want them to get from the presentation. If they aren't looking for a simpler goal, they have the opportunity to leave at that point. And you want to be able to tell your customers in your webinar what they want and what they want to believe and hear. And I hope you all got some content and value and education out of tonight's lesson, out of the Book of Expert Secrets, And we will continue to read out of the Book of Expert Secrets, out of Pound Secret number 13, talking about the ruler gold pound number 2, the big domino. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel as I continue to read the Book of Expert Secrets.